another meltdown. Just a disclosure before I start the meltdown. This meltdown is going to be pretty hard for me to do because it's going to require me to be extremely transparent and extremely honest about where I am on my journey, where I've been on my journey, and it's just really just allowing for another layer of transparency that I haven't yet reached in my mommy meltdowns. I'm doing it because I feel like until I truly acknowledge where I was, what I am truly experiencing, and the actual trauma that I've experienced, I won't get past it. I'll keep going back to that place, learning the same, trying to learn the same lesson. I continue to be triggered until I actually acknowledge what it is that I'm trying to heal from. I can't heal without acknowledging the pain. It doesn't work that way, and I feel like oftentimes we try to get it to work that way. We try to make ourselves feel okay or start a healing process or initiating a healing process without actually sitting ourselves down, looking at ourselves and saying, that hurt, that traumatized me, that changed my outlook on life, on people, on experiences. Until you truly acknowledge the depth of your hurt, how can you heal? How can I heal from something that I'm not willing to acknowledge? So this is me acknowledging and speaking out my trauma, my experience, what I'm trying to heal from, where I'm trying to come from, because I haven't done that. I've been looking for content to try to teach me how to do that, and I don't see it anywhere, and that kind of reminded me why I even did this, why I'm doing this, because the content that I was needing and I was looking for, I couldn't find. Not because people aren't experiencing it, maybe not even because people aren't talking about it, but maybe I didn't look in the right place, or maybe the people that I'm looking to aren't speaking of it. You kind of just get the success story without really getting the hard talk of it. So I'm sacrificing myself right now. I'm doing that because one, is going to initiate my healing process, and two, it may help someone else. And that's what I'm trying to do with these mommy meltdowns. That's what my purpose is. That's what I feel like God wants me to do. God allowed me to go through these situations so that I can speak life into other people. And I can't do that if I don't be completely honest with you all and let you see not only I'm doing it in the world, I got my degree, I'm working in my field, I live somewhere nice, drive a cool car, all of those good things. But if you were to truly ask me, am I happy? No. Everything around me is working out and I'm not happy because I haven't yet acknowledged my experiences for other people, for myself, for a lot of different reasons that we'll get into. So this mommy meltdown is going to be very different. I had to write it down because I'm and I've never wrote any of my mommy meltdowns down. I may read questions, but I never really write them down because they're more of a rant. But I wanted to make sure that I didn't skip over anything. I wanted to make sure that I truly held myself accountable and I didn't allow myself to take the easy way out. So I wrote it down. Let's do it. Okay, so the whole purpose in this mommy meltdown, like I said before, is because I'm no longer interested in being strong. I'm not interested in being okay. I'm not interested in being viewed as if I have it all together. I'm truly interested. I want to heal. I want to be genuinely better, right? Like, I don't want to be triggered anymore. I don't want to be, you know, triggered and then I'm reverting back to this place, because until you deal with it, you're stuck. You'll be stuck in that place. Every time you get triggered, you'll feel like you felt in that moment. And I feel like I feel in that moment once again. No, like, yeah. So anyway, yeah, so not being willing to acknowledge my pain, it hindered my growth and me going through that process. I wasn't interested in like labeling my experiences as trauma, because I felt like by putting the label of trauma on it, I'm a victim, or I'm saying that these experiences that I had with different individuals, they're terrible people, and that's not the case. It's just, unfortunately, stuff happened that hurt me, and that's just what it was. I'm not weak, but I'm human, so I'm allowed to feel, and I have to be gentle with myself and allow myself to know that just because I am feeling, just because I am experiencing these feelings, just because I am, you know, I went through those things and those things happened to me, doesn't make me, you know, weak. So what are those things, right? What are those things that happened to you? What are you talking about? Okay, the first part of my trauma, I would say, was my being involved in a unhealthy relationship, right? A relationship with someone who was very insecure, and those insecurities were a lot of times projected on me. With that individual, I was put in situations that I was so wrapped up on being strong that it was happening to me, but I felt like I could handle it. Like, I felt like I could take it because I'm not weak, right? Because we're strong, right? We all want to be strong. So I should be able to handle somebody yoking me up, or I should be able to handle somebody, you know, threatening to kill themselves in front of me. I should be able to handle this because I'm strong and I care about you. So I should be able to take on your hurt. I should be able to take on your pain. But in all actuality, I wasn't strong enough to take that on. That was traumatic. I've had a gun held to my head. And because I didn't want to see that person as a bad person, I made excuses for that behavior. And from there, luckily, I got out of that situation, and, you know, I got to a point where God allowed me the strength to leave, and I did that. But I didn't deal with the trauma of it. Honestly, this is probably the first time out loud, besides some of my closest friends, that anyone, my child's father, I don't even think he knows that, like, that I've acknowledged that happened to me. And I never would say that because you had to be weak to be there, right? Like, something has to be wrong with you for you to feel like that's okay, or feel like, no, what was wrong with me is that I was trying to be strong. That was what was wrong with me. I wasn't acknowledging that I'm not strong, and that's okay. Okay, I wasn't strong enough for it, and that's okay. It's okay to be weak in certain situations, and in that situation, I was weak. And from that situation, I lost the trust in myself. I no longer trusted myself with myself. I didn't trust myself with me. And from there, because I didn't acknowledge that trauma, and because I didn't acknowledge what that toxic relationship did to me, I began to make decisions when I wasn't in a position to be making decisions for my life, because I wasn't okay. I wasn't okay. Didn't trust myself with myself, but because I was acting okay, I got into a relationship at that time that served me a lot of purpose. My child's father at that time, when he entered my life, when that 2016, when he entered my life, we were friends before anything, but at that time he showed up in a way that I needed somebody to show up, and everyone failed me except for my mom. And my best friend, who did what he had to do. Everybody failed me, and I needed someone to be there, which led me to that situation that I was very grateful for. If it wasn't for Steven, I don't know how I would have got through that. But again, I'm not addressing trauma. I'm moving. I'm making decisions because I'm okay, but I'm really not okay. So I'm making bad decisions. And even that situation, I was in that situation. It was what it was. That continued on up until 2018. And April 2018, I found out I was pregnant. And we sat, we talked, we talked for a very long time. I say this all the time. We spent a lot of time talking about what it would look like if we were together, if we weren't together. What is it gonna look like? And no matter what it looked like, I was under the impression that I would have a friend, if not anything else. And I still didn't trust myself with myself. So I was very, I was just acting erratic, like a person who don't trust. Like, I don't know when I'm making a right decision or when I'm making a wrong decision. I don't trust myself with myself, so I don't know what decision is right and what decision is wrong. I don't know. And I was allowing stuff in that relationship that wasn't all right, but I'm strong. I'm not weak, right? I'm not weak. I'm strong. So I can roll with the punches. I felt alone. I was abandoned by my own friends that I had been there for through no matter what happened with them. I was there for them. I showed up. And when I needed them to show up for me, nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. I called my friend and told her I was pregnant. She said she was going to come to my house. I was literally crying. I hadn't even told my child's father at this time, literally crying my eyes out on the phone. And she said, okay, I'm on my way. I get on Instagram. She out turning up. Never called me to say she wasn't coming. Honestly, that probably was my last conversation with her until she called me 3 days later. And I basically told her I don't want to be a friend no more, basically. That's what happened for that. But yeah. So I'm here. I don't trust myself. I'm really never okay. I'm constantly being triggered because I don't trust myself. So when things happen to me, I'm acting irate and I'm acting in a way that is a hurt person. I'm finding out I'm pregnant. I feel abandoned by my friends. I don't really have. I have my family, and I have my line sister, and I have my child's father. And my sister, and Asia, yeah, and my best friend, yeah, okay, all those people. And I still am not okay, and time goes by, and not only do I feel abandoned by my friends, now I feel abandoned by my partner. And that hurts. We're not supposed to admit that hurts. We're not supposed to say that hurts, because in saying that hurts and admitting that hurts, you're saying that this person is a bad person, or you're throwing shade on that person's name, or you're bitter or miserable. And now I'm just a statistic. And I did not want to be a statistic. So I had to act like I was okay with how I was being treated while I was pregnant, because I didn't want to seem like I was bitter. I didn't want to seem like I was trying to stop your life. I didn't want to be that person. So I had to, again, act like I was okay when I wasn't. And another reason, it wasn't only that why I had to act like I was also sad. It's sad to say, but some people would be ecstatic. Like, some people are going to watch this video and literally be happy that I felt those things, or that I went through those things. And for a long time, that stopped me from speaking my truth, because I'm prideful. I'm very prideful. I know that about myself. And because I am so prideful, I would never want to give no one that to feel like they had one up on me. So I'm going to act like I have it all together when I'm not okay. I'm falling apart. I'm depressed. I'm crying every day. I don't want to be here no more. But I would rather deal with my feelings, and I would rather experience all of this, because then people won't be looking at you like you're a bad person, and people won't be looking at me like that's what you get. I save face. I save face. So here I am again, not trusting myself, and now I have, because I didn't deal with that trauma, and I was making decisions because I was okay, and I done got myself into some more. Now I'm trauma. Now I feel neglected. Now I feel abandoned and stupid. Pretty stupid. I'm gonna just be honest. I felt stupid. And on top of all of that, on top of what I'm going through with my friends, with my child's father, with my own demons, I'm in a sorority if some don't know. Now I'm also having to deal with soror sisters. Now I'm having to deal with sisters talking about me like it's funny. That hurts, but I'm not allowed to acknowledge that, because if I acknowledge that, then that's saying that I don't love my sorority. Or if I acknowledge that, then that's me saying that I'm weak and that something's wrong. So I gotta be okay. I gotta be at this point what I turned into, a monster. If you knew me while I was pregnant, I was a monster. I was operating out of so much anger. Like, I was so angry. Because I would have rather been angry than be hurt. Because if I'm hurt, I'm weak. But if I'm angry, I'm strong, and I'm just pissed off. And I'm not taking no shit. In my mind. Stupid me, right? That's what I was thinking. So, I'm dealing with, I don't trust myself. I feel abandoned. I feel like a joke now. I'm going through it. Don't have really no friends. Don't really have no partner. I'm just by myself. Me and my mom and my baby and my few friends, my line sisters and a few other friends. So then, towards the end of my pregnancy, I tried to swallow my pride because of what I wanted for my daughter, the environment I wanted my daughter to be raised in, and what I wanted for my daughter. So I took a lot of beatings for her. I bit my tongue a lot. I was a bitch a lot. I was bitter. I was miserable. I was called a lot of stuff a lot. And I said some, I'm sure I said some things too, but I took that and I still had to pretend okay. And continue relationships to whatever capacity, because if I'm being honest, some days we talking, some days we not, sometimes we having sex, some days we not, like, stupid. But I wanted a life for my daughter, so that I welcome that into my very close space, to my home. And boom, I have Noelle. It's looking up for me, right? It's looking up. I'm not pregnant no more. Okay. Now at least I can have a drink to deal with all of it, right? Then postpartum comes and kicks my behind. So I'm dealing with all of this stuff. I wasn't handled nice during my pregnancy by anybody, in my opinion. And now I'm dealing with postpartum. I'm feeling crazy. I feel fat. I feel miserable. I feel unhappy, but I'm still trying to be okay, because I have to be strong, right? Because I have no choice, because I have a baby, and when I wake up in the morning, I gotta bottle up all my stuff, because I have someone I have to take care of regardless. regardless, I have to get up and I have to take care of my baby. I have to learn how to run on empty for my baby. So that's what I did. I'm still pretending I'm okay. I'm dealing with postpartum. It took me a while to even allow myself to acknowledge that I had postpartum. It took me a while to even allow myself to acknowledge that I had postpartum. I was going to the doctors, taking those tests, and they're like, you're showing signs of postpartum, and I'm okay. And anytime I said something or I did something that was my anxiety or my depression, I was told I was miserable. I was bitter. I'm crazy. What's wrong with me? Something's wrong with you. I was told that almost every other day. Almost every other day until I allow myself to get angry again. Because anger, again, is better than being hurt, right? Because if I'm angry, I'm strong, but I'm just mad. But if I'm hurt, I'm weak. And I'm miserable. And I'm all of these things that people are calling me, right? So I experienced all of this for up until this very day, actually. I still have days when I don't feel as supported by friends. I still have moments when I try to save face and I try to be okay. But today I decided that I'm not okay. I'm not interested in being okay. Because when I play like I'm okay, I make decisions that aren't best for myself. And I'm just deepening this hole of not trusting myself with myself. Because when I play okay, now I'm being fake. Now I'm in situations, laying next to, participating in stuff, or kikiing with, or just doing a whole bunch of stuff that I'm really just not okay with. I'm deep down inside, I'm not okay with it. I'm hurt, and I'm not allowed to be hurt. I'm not allowed to say I'm hurt, because if I say I'm hurt, then I'm miserable. I have every reason to be miserable. I have every reason to be upset. I have every reason to be crying every day if that's what I feel like I need to do. I have every reason to do that. That is trauma. Everything I went through, everything I go through is traumatic. That is trauma. And I'm not interested anymore in normalizing it. I'm not interested anymore in acting like it's okay. It's not okay. And that's okay. That is not okay. Like, I'm at the point in my journey, and I hope that in me saying this, you will be too. At the place in my journey when I'm okay with if it looks miserable to you, because it hurts to me. I'm trying to be there for people, to help them deal with their trauma. People that won't even acknowledge mine when I'm having a bad day, or acknowledge me when I'm feeling like I don't want to be here no more. I'm sacrificing myself for what? It's no reason. And until I deal with my trauma, until I really look at myself and I allow myself to feel, until I let it hurt, I have to let myself hurt to heal. I can't heal if I never hurt, right? So I have to allow myself to hurt. I have to allow myself to be upset. I have to allow myself, even with a daughter, yes, I have to get up and I still have to provide, and I have to be all of those things for Noelle. I have to show up and be happy so that she can be happy. I have to do those things, but I also, you have to take those moments to yourself and allow yourself to hurt. You have to allow yourself to get better, because if not, you will keep revisiting this same space. Something will happen and it will trigger you, and you will be that girl that's trying to help someone from jumping off the 6th floor, feeling hopeless. Because when I'm triggered, I'm that girl who allowed that to happen to me and don't trust myself. So yeah, it's this situation that happened, but that, you don't understand, that triggered me and put me somewhere that I haven't healed from, that I haven't dealt with yet. Or I'm that girl sitting in my room, not knowing what is it going to look like as a mom. How am I going to do this by myself? Trying to figure it out by myself. And it would be so much easier if you can just share with these people that hurt you, because people say, you know, get closure, let those things go. It would be easy if you could sit down with a person and tell a friend or an ex-boyfriend how when you did this to me, it made me lose trust in myself, and it made me feel this way, and it caused all this other stuff, and it made, like, these are my feelings that I have. It would be easy if I can do that, but in doing that, then I'm forcing them to look at themselves, and they don't want to be wrong, right? So it's like, shut up about your stuff, because your stuff is going to make me feel bad, like a bad person, and I'm not a bad person. You don't have to be a bad person to hurt people. You don't. And no matter whether you want to acknowledge that you're a bad person or not, people still have to deal with the trauma. I'm pretty sure I may have caused other people trauma, and I apologize if I have, but I'm pretty sure that I have. We're not always our best selves, but allow people to hurt. Stop pushing this false narrative that we as black women, we just have to be strong. It's growing pains. It's something that has to happen to us. No, it doesn't have to happen to us. It just, sometimes it happens. And when it does, allow us to feel our hurt. Allow us to try to get through it. But getting through it and healing may look really ugly at first. But allow yourself that. You deserve that. You deserve to be hurt. You deserve, if you need to cry it out, you deserve that. You deserve those moments, because it's in those moments that the healing is starting to happen. You have to acknowledge your pain to heal. You can't heal from something that you won't acknowledge. You can't. And yeah, you have to get up, and yeah, you have to still do your job regardless. But you can make it so that you never wind up here again, because you deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. Because if you don't, you'll keep making those same mistakes. You'll keep reverting back to those same situations. You'll keep looking at people live their life. It's like, how are you able to hurt me and just live? That's none of our business. It's none of our business. What is our business is our feelings and what happened to us and our experiences. And don't let anybody invalidate that for you. You don't need, you literally only need yourself. You don't need their apologies, because you may never get them. Not sincerely, you may never get them. You don't need that. What you need is to acknowledge your pain. You're the only person that needs to acknowledge your pain to heal from it. Only you. So, to end this on a high note, because I don't just want to put that out there, but do the work. I'm doing the work. I'm taking the time for myself. I'm being still enough. I'm allowing myself to still those moments where I just cry if that's what I feel like I need to do in that moment. I really think I allow myself now to think about the stuff that happened to me, because for a long time I couldn't. Because if I allow myself to really think about what happened, then maybe I'm going to turn into that bitter, miserable person. But maybe I need to be her for a little while. Maybe that's what my healing looks like. Maybe I need to be her for a little while. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm not interested in being strong anymore. I'm not. I'm interested in healing. I'm interested in feeling better genuinely. I'm interested in creating a life for my daughter and creating a better foundation for her so that I can pour love into her. Because yeah, I pour love into my daughter now, but imagine how much, like, she can see true happiness. I can teach her, like, if I learn these lessons now, if I learn how to acknowledge my pain now and move through it when she's there, I don't have to tell her it's gonna be okay. I can tell her, let yourself feel everything, every part of it. Let yourself feel that, because that's where it starts. I'm not interested in telling my daughter to suck it up or be strong. And though my mother did teach me to be strong, she taught me also what she knew, because all her life she had to be strong. So she taught me what she knew. And I want to teach my daughter what I've learned. You don't always have to be strong, and that's okay. It's okay to not be okay. Address your trauma. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. It's trauma. It's hurt. It's pain. That's what it is. And that's okay. Because you're going to get through it. What's not okay is acting okay. It's okay to not be okay. But it's not okay to act okay. Get help. Lean on those who truly see your heart. Lean on those who are truly there. Because like I said, yeah, I had a whole bunch of bad apples. I had people wrong me. I had people leave me. But God blessed me with a wonderful support system as well. He didn't only just remove from my life. He replaced with better. So lean on those people. Allow those people to be there for you. They can't be there for you if you're acting okay. They can't read your mind. They don't know. Hurt. Because if you don't hurt, you won't heal. And hurt people hurt people. Amen. So I didn't truly cry. So that's progress. But I have a long journey ahead of me, and I'm not willing to fake it. I don't want to fake it. So hopefully someone can take something from this video. If you're dealing with a crazy situation, because I can only speak from my own experiences. I'm pretty sure other people are experiencing things that's something that I probably can't wrap my head around. Talk to people, talk to someone, lean on someone, because with help you can get through it. You can get through it. You have to acknowledge it, but you can get through it. It's possible. With on God, all things are possible. It's possible. So utilize your resources and be gentle with yourself. Cut yourself some slack. If yourself don't want to get out of bed that morning, allow you to be in that place, but don't be stuck there. Don't be stuck there, but be gentle with yourself and give yourself those moments to be vulnerable. Give yourself those moments to not be strong. Don't be interested in being strong. Be interested in healing, because that's what matters.